there, very good evening and welcome to the news tonight here on Rajya TV. I'm Tracy Shilshi, and in the next 30 minutes I'll be getting you the day's top stories, starting with the headlines. Polling concludes in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Moderate to heavy voting reported in all constituencies in the two states and the Union Territory. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar says he's ready to recommend a CBI probe into the murder of journalist Rajya, calls the murder an attack on himself. Wholesale inflation moves up into the positive zone at 0.34% for April, up from minus 0.85% in March. Industrial production growth also shows a fall by 0.1% in March due to poor performance of manufacturing and mining sectors. And minority protests resurface in Nepal. Hundreds of Madhesis and demonstrators from other ethnic groups take to the streets, seeking more rights and representation in the country's new constitution. Millions voted on Monday in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, bringing down the curtains on the staggered 5-state elections. Voting began at 7 a.m. in both the states and the Union Territory, and the results will now be out on the 19th of May. Here's our top story.
Superstar Rajnikant was among the early voters in rainy Chennai as polling began in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry at 7 a.m. today. He was followed a short while later by his neighbour and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, who is seeking a second straight term in the state. Among other early voters in Tamil Nadu were 93-year-old DMK chief M. Karunanidhi, who hopes to wrest the state back from Jayalalitha, and his daughter Kannimozhi and son M.K. Stalin, who stood in a queue to vote this morning. The DMK has joined hands with the Congress in the state. Over 100 crore rupees of cash has been seized in Tamil Nadu, where voting was cancelled hours before the elections in two of Tamil Nadu's 234 constituencies, Avarakurichi and Tanjavur, following complaints of voters being bribed. Elections will be held there on May 23rd. For the first time, Tamil Nadu witnesses a multi-cornered contest. While actor-turned-politician Captain Vijay Kant leads a four-party coalition, there is also 47-year-old Dr. Anbumani Ramadas of the PMK who is contesting all seats in Tamil Nadu with an eye on young voters. Meanwhile, in Kerala, where voting was held for all 140 seats, the Left Democratic Front hopes to unseat the Congress-led United Democratic Front. Power has alternated between the two parties every 5 years.
Pallippuram Panchayathil 7ാം വാർഡിലാണ് പള്ളിപ്പുറം സെന്റ് മേരീസ് സ്കൂളിലാണ് എൻ്റെ വോട്ട് നടന്നത്. ഇത് ഈ വോട്ടിൽ ഈ ഇലക്ഷനിൽ വോട്ട് ചെയ്തതിൽ വളരെയേറെ അഭിമാനമുണ്ട്. മുൻപത്തേക്കാൾ ഉപരി
I feel very proud. I participated in today's elections. Now I request all of you proudly to participate in this election because it is our democratic right.
Like in Tamil Nadu, where the 90-plus Karunanidhi hopes to be Chief Minister again, in Kerala, charismatic left leader 93-year-old V.S. Achyutanandan is expected to be the Chief Minister if the LDF comes back to power in a closely fought contest with the Congress led by Chief Minister Oman Chandi.
Time we will win the election. We will change the general trend. Last 5 years, the people voted for UDF in all the elections. 3 by-elections to the State Assembly and general election to the Parliament. So this time also they will definitely vote for UDF.
Last phase of the election campaign, this has become more visible and prominent. Many people who belong to the UDF camp, they abandoned their wrong political position and join with the Left Democratic.
So people want peace. They want development. In Kerala, Congress-led UDF government has been doing very well, and they have done their best to improve the standard of life of the people.
For the first time in Kerala, the BJP is an important factor, and how well it has done will impact the result of today's election. The party has never won an assembly or parliamentary seat in the state, but its vote share has steadily been rising, and it hopes to convert that into seats this time.
Surely favorable for BJP. It all depends. It's a crucial day today, so I am just hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that the people take the right decision, because it's very important to change the way it is. There is not much development, as people say. The developments they're showing in all the big posters, it's basically done by central government, not the state government, actually with the help of central government, which is the BJP. So all the fund is from the BJP side, not from the UDF. So
Elections were also held for the 30 assembly seats in Puducherry, where Chief Minister N. Rangaswamy, the leader of the All India NR Congress, is seeking re-election. In 2011, the newly formed party by the rebel congressmen had won 15 seats. AINRC, BJP and PMK are going it alone in the polls, while Congress and the DMK firmed up an alliance. While Congress contested 21 segments, DMK contested the rest. Votes will be counted on May 19th in all 5 states: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Assam and Puducherry, where elections have been held since last month. Votes for the 2 Tamil Nadu constituencies where polling has been deferred will be counted on May 25th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
But ahead of that, no less than 3 exit polls are predicting an outright win for the BJP-led alliance in Assam. All 3 gave the BJP alliance 79 to 93 seats in the 126-member assembly. The India Today Axis exit poll gave 79 to 93 seats to the BJP combined, 26-33 to the Congress and 6-10 to the All India United Democratic Front. NewsX Chanakya poll gave 90 seats to the BJP combined, 27 to the Congress and 9 to the AIUDF. And according to the Times Now See Voter exit poll, the BJP and allies are getting 57 seats, Congress 41, AIUDF 18 and others 10. And the ABP Nielsen predicts 81 seats to the BJP coalition, 33 to the Congress and 10 to the AIUDF. Now, Kerala and the exit poll figures of India Today, Axis and Times Now gave a clear mandate to the LDF, predicting as many as 70 seats in the 140 Assembly. For the UDF, the India Today Axis gave between 88 to 101 seats, while Times Now See Voter had 74 to 82 seats. According to the India Today Axis poll, the NDA may be opening its account as well, winning around 3 seats, while Times Now See Voter gave the NDA about 0 to 4 seats. Quickly growing across to Tamil Nadu, 2 exit polls predicting a defeat for the ruling AIADMK. The India Today Axis poll sees the DMK Congress combined coming to power with 106 to 120 seats in the 234-member assembly. The AIADMK is projected to get 89 to 101 seats and the BJP around 0 to 3 seats. NewsX Chanakya predicting 140 seats for the DMK, while the AIADMK could win close to about 90 seats. Striking a different note, though, See Voter says that history is in the making, with the AIADMK winning close to 139 seats. And J. Jayalalitha said to become the Chief Minister again for the second time in a row, the first time since 1989. In West Bengal, exit polls have predicted a clean sweep for the Trinamool Congress. The India Today exit poll results giving the party 233 to 253 seats. The Left Front and Congress Alliance were left with 38 to 51 seats, while the BJP could get about 1 to 5 seats. The NewsX Chanakya exit poll suggesting 210 seats for the TMC, 70 for the Left Front Congress Alliance, and interestingly 14 seats for the BJP. Other parties were expected to get about 2 seats. But the Times Now See Voter exit had about 167 for the TMC, 127 for the Left Front and Congress Alliance, and the BJP 4 seats. Others are likely to win 3 seats. And according to the ABP News exit poll results, the TMC has 163, Left and Congress 126. BJP will get 1 seat, while others will get 4 seats. And finally, the only union territory, Puducherry, exit polls finding the Congress and its allies in good form to form the government. In the 30-seat assembly, India Today Axis sees a clear majority for the Congress and its partners with 18 seats. The ruling AINRC is expected to slip to 10 seats, and the AIADMK is managing just about 2 seats. The Times Now See Voter has 14 seats for the Congress and allies. The NRC 9 seats, while the AIDMK gets 5 seats, with 2 seats going to the others. May 19th, of course, is when results will be out, and Rajya Sabha TV will be having special coverage on that day. Do join us then. Meanwhile, let's head on to more national news. And Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar today said that he will ask for a CBI probe into the murder case of journalist Rajya Ranjan if his family wants to. Condemning the incident, the Bihar Chief Minister said that no one will be spared in the case. He also rejected the opposition's claim on the deteriorating law and order situation in the state.
कानून व्यवस्था के मामले में, कानून के राज के मामले में मुझे किसी सर्टिफिकेट की जरूरत नहीं है। कुछ भी जो कोई प्रतिक्रिया देगा, कोई मेरे ऊपर टिप्पणी करेगा, मेरे सरकार के ऊपर टिप्पणी करेगा, जो कुछ भी करेगा वह करने के लिए स्वतंत्र है। लेकिन हम बगैर इन चीजों से प्रभावित हुए गंभीरता पूर्वक और निष्पक्षता पूर्वक और बगैर किसी भेदभाव के, बगैर किसी दबाव के, बगैर किसी इलविल के हम अपना काम करते रहेंगे।
Tough words from Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar after the huge public outcry over the death of journalist Rajya Ranjan. The Siwan bureau chief of a Hindi daily was shot dead in a busy marketplace on Friday. Handing over the investigation to CBI, Nitish Kumar said that the attack on the journalist was like an attack on the government itself.
कहा जा रहा है कि इसकी जांच सीबीआई से कराई जानी चाहिए, तो मैंने तत्काल डीजीपी को कहा कि आप पीड़ित के परिवार से संपर्क कीजिए, वरीय अधिकारी को भेजिए और पुलिस के द्वारा जो भी कार्रवाई की गई है उसके बारे में उनको जानकारी दीजिए और उनसे पूछ लीजिए कि जो जांच कार्य चल रहा है उस पर उनको भरोसा है या नहीं। अगर उनको भरोसा नहीं है और वे चाहेंगे कि सीबीआई की इंक्वायरी हो तो हम लोग इस मामले को सीबीआई को सौंप देंगे।
The BJP meanwhile continued to hit out at the Bihar government. Party workers staged protests across the state even as they demanded justice.
नीतीश कुमार जी अपने बारे में जाने जाते हैं कि वो अपने स्वार्थों के लिए ही राजनीति में हैं और उनकी जो महत्वाकांक्षा थी और उसी के चलते पहले वो जंगल राज कहते थे लालू के राज को और अब अपने निजी स्वार्थों के कारण उन्होंने वहाँ हाथ मिलाया और परिणाम आज हैं कि पूरा बिहार जल रहा है और नीतीश कुमार जी एक्ट करने की बजाय और एक्टिंग करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
Rajya Ranjan's family alleged that the journalist was murdered by incarcerated RJD leader Shahabuddin's men. The police arrested 2 suspects, Upendra Kumar Singh and Shehzad Alam, both known to be Shahabuddin's associates. They were remanded to 14-day judicial custody on Sunday. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Government data on Monday showed wholesale price index rising 0.34% in April after staying in the negative zone for 17 months. As inflation snapped the easing trend and factory output crawled, industry and experts say that the double whammy did not augur well for the economic growth. Here's a report.
Wholesale inflation inched up in April, snapping a 17-month declining trend. Wholesale price index-based inflation rose 0.34% in April compared to minus 0.85% in March. Food inflation stood at 4.23% in April compared to 3.73% in March. Prices of manufactured goods increased 0.71% year-on-year in April. The uptick in WPI inflation comes when retail inflation nudged up to 5.39% in April from 4.83% in March on the back of costlier food prices.
This time calls for a joint efforts from the government as well as the monetary policy makers to come together and to make a policy to reduce the burden on the consumer as well as on the producers as well.
Industrial production growth plunged to 0.1% in March due to poor performance of manufacturing and mining sectors, coupled with a sharp decline in output of capital goods. Industry chambers are now pinning hopes on a favorable monsoon to drive rural consumption and assuage distress in agriculture sector.
People are suffering. 1/3 of the country is reeling under the severe drought that any time this nation has seen. Nearly around 6,50,000 crore rupees worth of economic burden has come up on the
government and the farmers itself.
Normal rains, however, could act as a strong check on inflation by enabling plentiful food stocks. On the other hand, a patchy monsoon could affect the Indian economy's recovery by threatening to curtail food output and raise prices. However, the Met Department has already hinted at a delayed monsoon this year. Rising inflation and delayed monsoon may leave little room for the RBI to cut interest rates in the near term. This is Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And now into more news. The Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today called an all-party meeting to discuss issues related to the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test or NEET. While referring to protests by many states of the Supreme Court's decision over NEET, Jaitley asserted that what should be the manner of holding the examination across the country is essentially an executive matter as it is in policy domain. In fact, earlier in the day, Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda too held talks with health ministers of various states to formulate a strategy on the common medical entrance test. Nadda said that the central government needs to hold more consultations with state governments on conducting NEET every year. He also discussed the problems that state governments were facing over the common medical entrance test. Nadda said that the state health ministers informed him that woes of the students appearing in the test need to be involved before making NEET a reality across the country.
सारी बातों को ध्यान में लेते हुए समावेश करते हुए सबका स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स का मानना था कि इसमें समय की आवश्यकता है। इन प्रिंसिपल हम नीट को मानते हैं, लेकिन हमारे को उसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में प्रैक्टिकल दिक्कतें हैं, इसलिए समय की आवश्यकता है। इस तरह की बातचीत कही गई है। स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय, केंद्रीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने उनकी सभी बातें सुनी हैं और उनकी बात को सुनते हुए आगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने हम इस विषय को रखेंगे।
And now let's take you through some more national news updates in Nationwide. The mortal remains of spiritual leader and head of the Sant Nirankari mission, Baba Hardev Singh, arrived in the national capital today. His body was flown in from Canada's Montreal, where he died in a road accident on Friday. They have been kept in West Delhi's Burari Road for devotees to pay their final respects. The last rites will be performed on Wednesday. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is expected to announce a draft bill for granting statehood to Delhi, after which it will also be made public for opinions and suggestions. The final draft will then be tabled in the upcoming session of the Delhi Assembly and then sent to the centre, as statehood is subject to parliamentary approval. Teni Yadav, the cousin of Rocky Yadav, who allegedly shot and killed a teenager in Bihar earlier this month in a road rage incident, surrendered on Monday morning in a court in Gaya. Police have been on the lookout for Teni ever since Rocky was arrested, as he was purportedly present when Aditya Sachdev was shot dead for allegedly overtaking their car. Delhi police today registered a case of rioting against supporters of Baba Asaram hours after they clashed with police at the Parliament Street police station. The supporters were demanding the release of Asaram. 7 police personnel were injured when the mob pelted stones and tried to storm the police station. With that, a quick break here. We'll be back with more news in a bit. Stay with us.
Ellora Caves, an unimaginable and detailed work of art. The finest example of rock cave temple in India, with 34 caves. Built by the rulers of the Rashtrakuta dynasty between 350 AD and 1000 AD. Striking sculptures and murals are the hallmark of the caves. The Kailash temple is the largest monolith structure of the world, an impressive 15-feet statue of Buddha seated in 2-story structure of stupa with all the grace. It took about 5 centuries to complete the structure, made with 200,000 tons of rock.
Welcome back. Let's get to international news now. Nepal was on the boil again, with hundreds of Madhesis and demonstrators from other minority groups starting fresh protests in the country. They're demanding more rights and representation in Nepal's new constitution. On the second day of agitation, protesters clashed with police and blocked the main streets near the Prime Minister's office. Here's more.
Hundreds of Madheshis started fresh protests against the new constitution, pressing for more rights, adequate representation and re-demarcation of the state boundaries. The Madheshis were joined by protests from other minority groups as they clashed with police and blocked main streets near the Prime Minister's office. Police had to use batons to disperse them.
यो आन्दोलन खाली मधेसीको अधिकार प्राप्तिको लागि मात्रै होइन, मधेसीको अधिकार प्राप्तिको लागि त हो नै, जनजातिको अधिकार प्राप्तिको लागि पनि हो। हिमाल पहाड तराई मधेस जहाँ सुकै पनि शोषण उत्पीडन भएको छ, भेदभाव भएको छ, संविधानमा अधिकार खोसिएको सबै जनताको आन्दोलन हो।
हामीले यो देशमा संविधानमा समानता खोजिरहेछ र यो समानता जबसम्म मिल्दैन तबसम्म हाम्रो आन्दोलन जारी नै रहन्छ।
The major demands of Indian origin Madheshis include a re-demarcation of 7-province model of federal structure, inclusiveness and representation of marginalized groups and ethnic minorities, indigenous groups and Dalits in all state bodies. Madheshis had earlier launched a 6-month-long agitation from September 2015 to February 2016 in which 50 people were killed. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
On to the US now, and Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has hit out at British Prime Minister David Cameron for calling the business tycoon's remarks on Muslims stupid. Trump also challenged the newly elected Sadiq Khan to take an IQ test after the London mayor called him ignorant about his views on Islam.
Republican frontrunner Donald Trump's comments on Muslims seem to have become the proverbial albatross around his neck. Despite softening on his idea of not allowing Muslims to enter America, the comment has earned Trump the wrath of several politicians. UK Prime Minister David Cameron called Trump divisive and wrong in calling for Muslims to be banned from the US. The billionaire retorted that he might not have a very good relationship with Cameron after his remarks.
Well, number one, I'm not stupid, okay? I can tell you that right now. Just the opposite. And number two, in terms of divisive, I don't think I'm a divisive person. I'm a unifier. Unlike our president now, I'm a unifier.
The presumptive Republican candidate in the US presidential election, Donald Trump, called for a ban on Muslims last year when he was not the party's frontrunner. He was also recently attacked by London's new mayor, Sadiq Khan, who called his view of Islam ignorant. Trump challenged Khan to take an IQ test. He also called on Muslims to work with the police and turn people in, saying that he was not anti-Muslim but anti-terror.
Yeah, I am, because he doesn't know me, never met me, doesn't know what I'm all about. I think they're very rude statements, and frankly, tell him I will remember those statements. They're very nasty statements.
Despite being the Republican frontrunner, Trump doesn't enjoy the support of many Republicans, with many seniors refusing to back him. All other Republican rivals have dropped out of the campaign. Protests have also plagued his campaign, with particular focus on his plan to build a wall on the Mexican border and deport 11 million undocumented immigrants. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton appears closer to the nomination, having secured more delegates than Bernie Sanders. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And now let's take you through some more international news updates in Global Buzz. The Philippines' President-elect Rodrigo Duterte today pledged to introduce executions by hanging as part of a law and order crackdown. In his first press conference since winning the May 9th elections, he said security forces will be given shoot-to-kill orders and citizens will learn to fear the law. South Korea, the US and Japan will hold their first joint military training focused on cooperating to detect signs of missile launches from North Korea. The drills, set for around June 28th, will be held on the sidelines of the biennial multinational naval exercises scheduled in Hawaii. Authorities locked down Afghanistan's capital on Monday for massive protests by the ethnic Hazaras marching through the street to demonstrate public dismay with the government of President Ashraf Ghani. Roads leading to central Kabul's commercial district were blocked to all vehicles and foot traffic by police to curb the threat of violence in the region. Thousands of people gathered at Perth Airport on Sunday to catch a glimpse of the world's largest aircraft, the Antonov An-225 Mriya, landing in Australia for the very first time. The 84-meter-long plane weighs 600 tons and it will leave Perth on Tuesday and head to Germany for another assignment. And now let's get you all the action from the world of sports in SportsBeat. An urgent inquiry was demanded after a dummy bomb used in a security exercise caused a Premier League match at Old Trafford to be postponed. Manchester United's Premier League match against Bournemouth was postponed following the discovery of the suspicious package. The match is now slated to take place on the 17th of May. Double Olympic medalist and ace Indian wrestler Sushil Kumar moved Delhi High Court in a bid to qualify for the 2016 Rio Olympics. He has also written to the Prime Minister seeking help to secure a final trial before the Indian contingent leaves for Rio. Last year, Narsingh Yadav secured an Olympic quota in wrestling after winning bronze at the World Championships. However, Sushil wants a trial to determine who represents the country at Rio. Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg refused to take the blame for the crash that left both cars out of the race at Formula One's Spanish Grand Prix on Sunday. The crash left the team with 0 points and dropped Hamilton to third place in the drivers' standings. Rosberg's lead at the top was cut to 39 points. And that's all we have for you on the news tonight from the entire team here. Good night.